Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing today? It's Monday. It is my final consecutive streaming day for the week. So I hope that you guys are excited for a fun day of gameplay. It's going to be more chill today. Nothing too super serious. I doubt anything that's going to cause too much stress in regards to the games and stuff that I'm playing today. First of all, I apologize. The stream started a little late today. Reason being, I was trying to set up here Mr. Papavera, who joins us for Minecraft, because today is Minecraft Monday, right? He wanted to join me in the game early. He wanted to see if he could join in early and do some setup, get some resources together for the festivities today in Minecraft. But once again, his setup wasn't working. If you remember last week, it didn't work, where he was trying to do this and he kept getting errors, like it wouldn't let him join. I was sending him invites, it wouldn't let him join the game, and he basically had to go back, and he said he restarted like everything. Like he restarted his router and his modem and his computer and everything, and finally, after like restarting a ton of times, finally he got everything working again. So I purposely actually got into the office a little early today to set up and see if we could get him to join, and he just wouldn't even show up. It sucked. So nothing I could really do about it. Maybe Papa Vera will join us today. Maybe he won't. It's kind of the same situation as last week, where we don't know if he's going to be able to get his stuff working or not. I don't know what's going on with him on his side with his internet, and or the whole situation with Minecraft. It's weird because when I booted Minecraft this morning, it gives me a message that I never said before. It says realms are temporarily not available. Try again later or something like that. Now, I never said that for me. Maybe that means that actually, like, the whole multiplayer deal is down. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't play Minecraft enough, and certainly I have not used the multiplayer portions of the game hardly enough for me to understand that. But I will be playing Minecraft regardless. If Papa Vera can join us, great. To help out. He's been a huge help the last few sessions. If you remember, it was about a month ago, roughly, that I started doing these longer sessions of Minecraft on Mondays instead of the normal 2-hour late night sessions that I was doing for the longest time. We had increased the frequency of the sessions that I was doing on purpose. So now, today, what are we doing? We are going to be doing inventory management and reorganizing. Right now, my inventory is absolutely terrible in the game. It's to the point where basically there's a lot of issues happening. Okay? I have so many items in so many chests that I can't even keep track of what I have anymore. And it's funny because if you remember, I did a major inventory reorganization last year. It was actually, I built this big building, this 2-tiered building with crafting and like, what do you call it? Ovens. Yeah, it's like the smoldering ovens or whatever they're called on the bottom floor. And on the top floor, all these chests. And at the time, it worked out really well. It was a great reorganization. But it's funny how, in a few months' time, so many projects and things working on it, how much inventory you can accrue in this game. I now have completely lost control of the whole system. Everything is just everywhere, willy-nilly. So, Papa Vera did design a system that I'm going to try to implement starting today that will organize the items. Now, the thing is, I have so many items that I get the feeling it's going to take a long time. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm thinking hours of work to reorganize this inventory, to, put chests in the right place, to put the right items in the right chests, etc. I really feel that it's going to be a lot of work. Let's put it that way. That being said, Minecraft streams are meant to be chill, right? It's meant to be that we kind of hang out, we have fun, we talk, and, it's meant to be as much social as it is gameplay. So I hope you guys will hang out with me and talk with me and just have fun today while I'm boringly moving inventory, into new sections and a new system, which at its face value, is not going to be riveting content. Let's be honest here. All right. The last few weeks, the things that I've worked on were a little bit more interesting. You know, making a villager spawner, which is working right now, making a resource farm where it's making things like cobblestone generator. We got trees growing. We've got sheep, so we have infinite amounts of wool. We've got cows there, so we have infinite amounts of leather, right? All that stuff's done at this point. So at this point, really, the next major thing is this inventory system, okay? Now, if we happen to get through this, let's say we work on it and we get through it, the next major thing would be actually going back to the mob grinder, okay? And so we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens here with this mob grinder, if we can ever get it to work. After, you know, we worked on it for like 2 months, and then come to find out in this version, the Xbox One version of Minecraft, the mob grinder really doesn't work the way as it works in the other versions of Minecraft. So I did a lot of work for nothing. But Papa Vera had been working on this behind the scenes for quite a long time. And basically, his opinion is we can get it to work at least in a limited capacity. And he actually gave me some updated information about that, about what we could do to get it to work. Okay? So I guess we're going to see today. We're going to work on the inventory first. We're going to be chilling and relaxing, having some fun interacting as I move my inventory and try to sort it out. And then we're going to, if we have time, move on to the mob grinder. Now, some of you already in Stream Chat are asking, what happened to the vest statue? Well, in the order of things we were doing, the vest statue was actually the last chronological thing we were doing. And so I would say, you know, after the mob grinder, the next thing is going to be this vest statue. The good news is, at this point, we've caught up on almost all the major projects, including the nether portal across the land and all the generators and things that we needed. And moving forward, working on things like, for example, building this vest statue, I should be able to get a lot of the resources that I need without much effort. You know, before it was, I need more wood. Now I got to go for an entire stream. I got to chop down trees or whatever, you know. I need more cobble. Well, the thing is, all this should be auto-generated now with the stuff that we've put in place. So it should actually help moving forward with Minecraft, with all my projects. Now, also, there's a major update in regards to Minecraft. I got to announce this today. Since it is a Minecraft stream, it makes sense. Next week will be the final week where Minecraft is going to be a main gameplay stream. We've been doing it for almost a month now. 3 to 4 hour streams of Minecraft. We made tons of progress because of it. But next week will be the final week where it's the major stream. Okay, guys? Okay. By the way, hello, everyone. Everyone's saying hello, Phil. Yes, hello, everybody. Hello. I don't know. Everyone's suddenly saying hello, Phil, but hello to you. All right. So next week, final week. So we'll see what we can get done today and next week. And then after that, moving forward, Minecraft will continue, but it's going to be once a week, late night, Monday nights, like it used to be. Okay? Why is that change happening? Because next week, all right, starting Wednesday of next week, not this week, coming up the week after, we've got not one, not two, but 3 major new releases that I'm going to be covering. Now, already I'm doing 2 major playthroughs in the Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition playthrough that I just started on Saturday. And we've also got Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which I'm playing tonight. I'm playing on Wednesday, and it's going to be a major focus. All right? So that being said, being very honest here, I know I'm going to be wrapped up in so many game playthroughs. There's no way that I can have chill streams as the main streams anymore. And in reality, I announced this last night on the Animal Crossing stream. Even that game, which I only play twice a week late night, is getting cut down. It's only going to be once a week moving forward. Because I have to. At this point, if I don't start doing late night streams of the main playthroughs I'm trying to do, I'm never going to finish any of these games. Okay? So, I'll talk in a moment about the schedule. In fact, guys, we've got a major schedule update because guess what? This morning, it was discovered, announced, however you want to say it, the big PlayStation 5 event that was supposed to take place this last Thursday and did not. It was delayed due to the Black Lives Matter protesting going on. Now that's going to take place this coming Thursday. Okay? So, essentially what we were going to do this last Thursday and didn't happen, we're now going to do this coming Thursday. Which is great. It's all well and good. But that's another major stream that's not going to be a main game playthrough. You see what I mean? So I guess we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. You know, I got to get as far as I possibly can in Sleeping Dogs and Fire Emblem before we hit these new releases. But it ain't looking good. Like, I really seriously doubt we're going to get, you know, too far in either game. They're definitely going to be ongoing playthroughs while I'm playing 3 other new releases. Which is going to be pretty challenging, to be honest with everybody, okay? So, I guess we'll see, all right? So anyway, let's talk about the schedule so you guys know exactly what's coming up. Fair enough? So today, it's Minecraft. It's 3 to 4 hours, and it's mostly inventory reorganization. If we happen to get to something else like working on the mob grinder, I'd love to do that, but I don't know if we're going to get to it. In addition, I have no idea if Papa Vera is going to be able to join us. He tried earlier, and nothing was working. And now apparently he's trying to get his stuff sorted out behind the scenes. I have not heard from him in a good 40 minutes. So I guess we'll see. Actually, it's 50 minutes now. So I guess we'll see what happens by the time that I start with gameplay. Hopefully he can get his stuff sorted. We can invite him. If not, not much I can do about that, okay? Later tonight, it's 2 hours of Fire Emblem, 3 Houses. Continuing on as a late night stream. All right. See if we get some good progress. I'm trying to remember. I think we're in an exploration part of, you know, the story. We're not in the middle of like a quest or anything right now, but I think we're going to be soon. So that'll be tonight. Tomorrow I'm off. Tomorrow is my day off for the week. And that means a few things. It means, number one, I'll be spending time with my family. But number two, it's the first time in 3 months that the state of Washington will at least be partially open. Meaning stores, restaurants, and everything will be opened at a very limited capacity. And I seriously get the feeling that this means that, sadly, that we're not going to get much done. If we want to go out and go places, everything's going to be closed or have lines out the door. We'll see. But, you know, tomorrow, my day off from streaming, I hope during this this time, you guys would be... Oh, Papa Vera's here. All right, hold on a second. I hope during this time, when I'm not here, you guys have a good day off. And, you know, if you want to check out the playthroughs that I've been doing currently, you can head over to DSPGaming on YouTube. You can give them a look. And, you know, catch up. That's the thing. You need to get caught up with all the current playthroughs, right? You can always do so. That's why I have DSPGaming. You know, that's why the channel exists. So that you guys can get caught up on all of the playthroughs, you know, that I've been doing recently. Sleeping Dogs, Fire Emblem, and everything else. All the chill stuff, okay? So Papa Vera is saying he's back. He thinks he has his internet sorted. So, if that's the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to invite him. And you guys, just so you know, you're going to hear Minecraft sounds in the background as I talk. Okay? It's just going to be there. Let's see if we can get this working. He wants to do some extra work behind the scenes during the pre-stream here. I don't know if this is going to work because it says Realms doesn't even work. I don't know what that means. If that affects matchmaking or whatever. I don't know what's going on with this game today. So I'm going to try to have him join here. Alright. So, Minecraft today. Fire Emblem 3 Houses tonight. Tomorrow I'm off. When I return on Wednesday, it will be more Fire Emblem 3 Houses as the main gameplay stream. Reason being, I haven't really focused on that game in a while now. It's been about almost a week since I had a chance to really focus on it as the main playthrough. So that's going to be Wednesday. Okay, guys? Here we go. Let me see if I can actually do this now, if it works. Alright, I've tried to invite him. Let's see if he can join. Actually, now you know what I could do? I could turn down the desktop volume, because you guys don't need to hear the Minecraft sounds, right? I just got to remember to turn them up when we start here. Cool. Alright. So Wednesday when I come back, more Fire Emblem 3 Houses as the main gameplay stream on Wednesday. Alright? Wednesday night, it's going to be Sleeping Dogs. I'm going to do 2 hours of Sleeping Dogs on the late night stream. Thursday will be my coverage of the big Sony PS5 reveal event. From what I'm understand, it's the same exact time that it was going to be last week, 1 p.m. Pacific time. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a 1-hour stream before the event. That's speculation. We're going to talk about, gee, what do you think they're going to show at this event? What games will be launch games for PS5? What gameplay are we going to see? We'll speculate. We'll talk, hype it up a little bit for about an hour before the event starts on stream. Then when the event starts, I'm going to be hosting it here on my channel. We'll watch it all together. I'll be taking copious notes, as I usually would do during a E3 broadcast, which E3, there's no E3 this year, right? So we'll be doing that. And then after it ends, which everyone's suggesting it's going to be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half long, okay? Then I'll be jumping on stream, so that'll be around roughly 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, to summarize everything we saw and give you my thoughts, just like I would do as if this were an E3 event, okay? That's what I do every single year for E3. No E3 this year, so we're just going to do it this way instead. So that's going to be the entirety of my first stream of the day. You know, a little bit of hype before the Sony event, watching the Sony event, and then the recap reactions to the Sony event right after. All right? That should be fun. Now, Thursday night is going to be, originally, Thursday night was going to be Animal Crossing. But I'm almost thinking, because we're sacrificing a stream, okay, that maybe Thursday night, maybe I should do Fire Emblem or Sleeping Dogs, okay? And then on Friday, I'm also going to do one of those games as the main gameplay stream. I'm undecided on which one yet. And then Friday night will be Street Fighter. Saturday, again, it'll be one of those main games. And then maybe what I'll do Saturday night is Animal Crossing. And then Sunday, again, one of those main games. And Sunday night will be Morrowind. And then Monday will be the final major Minecraft stream. All right, until we switch everything out. And then Monday night could either be a second session of Animal Crossing, or, it, again, could be one of the main games that I'm playing, Fire Emblem or Sleeping Dogs. That way, if you figure, I'll have played a lot of gameplay of each of those games over the course of this week and got pretty far into them. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. And again, I apologize. It certainly seems to me that my schedule changes a lot these days. And I apologize for that. You know, there's so many things going on in the world that are affecting games. You know, this Sony press conference came out of nowhere last week, then got delayed, and now it's back again. So it keeps throwing a monkey wrench into my plans, and it's hard to have a set schedule. I'm glad that I have an idea. I'm glad that I have the flexibility to change my schedule so when new ideas pop up or new things happen, like this Sony press conference, that I can adjust it on the fly. But I understand that it could be, you know, frustrating for people who are like, oh man, I'm really liking Sleeping Dogs. When's Phil playing it? What the hell is this? The schedule's all up in the air, right? So what I'll do is tonight, I'll try to focus in and hone in on that schedule and let you know exactly what's happening when, once I have a better idea here. And again, apologies that everything is changing and fluctuating on the fly. It seems like it's going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future with the way that things are in our world right now, okay? So that's good. A lot of Sleeping Dogs, a lot of Fire Emblem, Sony press conference, and, you know, our usual chill stuff for the week in the next week, okay? Now, the week after that, when I come back from break, which would be Wednesday the 17th of June, this is really when a lot of stuff is going to go crazy. Because on that day, the 17th, it's the first major DLC expansion for Pokemon Sword. All right? And that's going to be starting. I'd like to do it as the main game, the main playthrough that day. But I don't know too much about how Nintendo handles DLCs. So I don't know if that DLC will be available as the early stream that day or not. If it is, I probably will do it as the main gameplay stream that day. Some Pokemon Sword DLC. And that's going to be a focus, okay? And then that Friday, which is the 19th of June, is the release of the release of Last of Us 2. All right, so that's going to be coming out that Friday. And, of course, that's going to be a huge focus. I'm going to be doing that as the main gameplay stream probably more often than anything else. Then the next week, I believe it's that coming Tuesday, which I won't be here. It'll be my day off. But when I come back from break, it's the release of SpongeBob, The Battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated. So that's in 1 week. 3 new games that I have to play. And obviously the new games take priority over the ongoing playthroughs. The Fire Emblem playthrough is viewer's choice. It is going to continue, but that's going to take a back burner. You know, it may just end up being late night streams. And same thing with Sleeping Dogs, which is why in the next week I want to get as far into Sleeping Dogs as I can. So that way, at the very least, we've gotten a big chunk into it. So if it's only going to be like night streams once or twice a week, at least people won't be so disappointed. Oh, no, there's no Sleeping Dogs. Like, well, we got pretty far in it before I, you know, focused on other stuff at least, right? And that's going to be the rest of the month. Like, no lie, that's going to be the rest of the month is going to be all those games being juggled, okay? Now, in addition to that, all right, please continue to nominate your favorite moments from my 11 plus years as a content creator, because at the very end of this month, we are going to have the retrospective special event. All right? This is going to be a special event where we go down memory lane. We watch clips from things that I've done over the years as a content creator on the internet. And it's going to be super fun. It always is. In some cases, this is the very first time, you know, ever that I watch back my own content. That's why I like these retrospective events. So I'm so busy making new content on a daily basis that in reality, I don't have time to really go back and watch my own stuff. These retrospectives are my opportunity to do that. And the retrospectives have actually created things like the Vest Streak, which is so crazy cool to think that it's an organic thing that came out of us doing these special retrospective events. So that's going to happen at the end of this month, all right? So please continue to nominate your favorite moments by typing !retrospective into the stream chat, or just waiting every 20 minutes or so, a link should pop up that you can click on to go nominate your favorite moments. Okay, guys? Good stuff. That's happening. In addition to that, speaking of the Vest Streak, if the Vest Streak continues, all right, when we hit 150, all right, whenever that may happen, actually, I did the math, and I think if we continue on at the rate we're going, and nothing hinders it, and we keep hitting the Vest Streak every day, it looks like the final Wednesday of the month, we may be doing the 150 Vest Streak Spectacular, or Vestival 2, you know, whatever you want to call it, Vest Fest 2. It's probably going to be happening at the end of this month, okay? What will that feature? It'll feature another live DSP tries of some sort. It will feature possibly the appearance of a new vest. It'll feature us going back and doing some more retrospective stuff in regards to my music, which should be pretty fun to go back and watch the music videos and react to them. But also a Q&A session like we did last time, which was really fun. Probably Jasper will show up again. And then we'll just see. You know, I'll play it by ear over the course of this month and see if you guys have any other ideas of something we could do during this special vest event. All right. But it should be pretty fun. Last time, you guys really loved the event. And like I said, I would be willing to do it for special milestones. And this definitely would be another milestone. So, yeah, that'll be coming up the very end of this month as well. So that means basically 2 special events. We're going to have the Vest event, and then probably the very end of the month, the retrospective event. All right? So good stuff coming up this month, in addition to all the crazy new releases. Now, you may be thinking, damn, this sounds like an overloaded month. Sleeping Dogs, Fire Emblem, Pokemon DLC, Last of Us 2, SpongeBob, 2 special events at the end of the month. Holy shit. How are you going to live up to this in July? I'll tell you how. July has 4 new releases. So in reality, June and July, which typically end up being some of the slower months for me, are actually some of the busiest gaming months of the year because of all the crazy stuff that's been going on in the world. You know, really. So, pretty crazy, right? Now I'm wondering what's going to happen in the fall. Are we having this crazy busy time right now for games, and then all of a sudden the fall's going to be dead? I mean, it very well might be, you know? Because typically I would do something like downtime in the summer. There ain't no time for downtime now. This is just crazy at this point with the amount of stuff that we're going to be doing, right? So, pretty excited. I hope you guys are excited, too, for all the stuff coming out. It's going to be great. I'm really excited for all the streams, all the new games. It's going to be excellent. You know, this is good news for us as gamers, for sure. So, all right, now, something else I would like to mention, folks. A few days ago, I had the opportunity finally to sit down and create merchandise featuring the vest. There's 3 different designs. one with the original beige vest, and then one with the new blue vest, and one with the new platinum vest. And the design is very silly. It's meant to be silly. Okay? It's basically me looking like a bodybuilder posing in the vest. It was done on purpose, following the meme that people like to say that I was a bodybuilder back in the day, which is not true. I used to lift weights. I was never a bodybuilder, but they just exaggerate to the point where it's out of control. So we're running with this meme. It also has kanji on it that says new vest in Japanese. So it's pretty neat. And I'll be honest with you. People asked for this merchandise for over a month. They said, when are you going to put up vest merch? And I said, I'll do it eventually. And then someone finally made nice designs. His name's Azure Studios. He's someone who's made designs for me over the years for my Teespring. And they're always great stuff. I own a bunch of his designs already on shirts, okay? I didn't know if anyone was going to buy it. I didn't know if anyone was joshing me. You know, you guys are just teasing me about, oh, the vest is cool. You make vest merch. 5 people so far have bought it within just a couple days here. So that's awesome. All right? If you want to see it for yourself, maybe consider buying it. Check it out on my Teespring. That's at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. I hope you guys will give it a look. And, you know, again, if you buy something from there, you help me out. You get a cool collectible out of it. We all win. All right? Pretty nice. So thank you to anyone who buys anything from my Teespring store. It does help out a lot. And thanks to anyone who buys, in particular, some of the nice new vest merch. I appreciate that very much. Okay? Let's see here. Outside of that, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else that I want to talk about before we get to, say, the shout-out segment and we get on other tangents? Oh, man. I gotta wake up. I don't really think so. You know, I'm just trying to think. I think I covered all the important stuff. You guys are giving me feedback over the last week that basically you really like these pre-streams now that it's more about me talking to you than plugs. As you guys know, I don't go over plugs anymore, and I also don't go over rules. You know, all that stuff is publicly stated for months and months and years, so you guys should know it. And if anyone's ever confused, you know, that stuff's all listed publicly on my Twitch page, all right? So I hope you guys like the new pre-streams without the giant amount of plugs, and instead we have conversation about fun stuff. Okay? One thing I do feel I should talk very briefly about again, because I talked about it at length at last night's Animal Crossing stream, but not everyone watches Animal Crossing, is that Twitch now is basically coming down on streamers for DMCA for music use. For years, people always ask me, why don't I use music on my streams? So many other big streamers have playlists of music they play when they game, and, you know, there's never an issue on Twitch. Why don't I do that? Why do I do my own musical remixes on pre-stream instead of using licensed music, which everyone else does? To which I answer, because I don't want to get in trouble. Already on YouTube, my DSP Gaming channel over the years was systematically destroyed by the Content ID system that would claim all of my videos, take away all the ad revenue on them, mute a lot of the videos, block a lot of the videos worldwide. And I just basically just said, even though no one has ever had an issue on Twitch with this before, I don't want to be the first. So I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to go with my own things that are really safe, okay? And if you've even watched, recently in the past couple of years, I replayed all the Grand Theft Auto classic games, and I had the radio off, so no licensed music would appear in those playthroughs. Same thing now, I'm playing Sleeping Dogs with the radio off, so that we don't have these musical issues. All right? So that being said, I basically have avoided any kind of issues on Twitch with this music. Moving forward, I have to do the same thing. So, for example, later this year, Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Collection is coming out. I'm probably going to have to play it without music, you know. And originally, I'll be honest, I was probably going to play it with music and say, fuck YouTube, I don't care about the ad revenue. But sadly, what's happened in the last 2 days, Twitch has started striking channels here. Any channel that ends up using, like, licensed music can be stricken. And there's some big-time Twitch content creators. We're talking people who are way bigger than me, who have had their channels suspended or shut down because of copyright claims because of music in the last 2 days. So I just can't take the chance. So if it means that we don't play Tony Hawk, because Tony Hawk is not the same without the music, I guess it means we don't play Tony Hawk. You know what I mean? And that's sad, but I guess it is what it is. You know, I'm a realist here. I'm not going to chance, risking my livelihood and losing my job over playing a few tracks of music in a video game. All right? It's not worth it at all. So, we'll see what happens moving forward this year. But being that the big dogs have been very negatively affected by this, and I haven't because I've always avoided the, copywritten licensed music issue. I feel like I kind of dodged a bullet here, and I don't want to create an issue for myself. So moving forward, I cannot really do any licensed music on my streams. Fair enough? All right. All right, guys. Let us now get to shout-outs. Let's say thank you to those who've contributed here on the stream so far. Got a little bit of fun discussion going. We start off today with Lucifer Soul, who did a 250-bit cheer. And I think what he's saying here is sarcastic and a parody, so bear with me. He's not being serious, but let's read what he has to say. He says, let's defund the fire department, since they only work like twice a year, and in any real emergency, they're always over an hour late. California fires, Pier 45 firefighters suck at their job. Wow. Okay. Now, if you don't know what this is a parody. Because recently, guys, with all these Black Lives Matter protests that have been going on in the country, a lot of the protesters have been saying, defund the police. The police do an awful job. They're not here to protect the people. They mistreat the people constantly. And if they're not going to do their job right, then they don't deserve a job, and we should put the money towards something better. All right? So I know exactly where this is coming from. And what happened was, I guess yesterday, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the city council, all right, who basically controls the government there, voted that they basically want to abolish the police force. They feel that they could come up with other alternatives to find ways to stop crime, because they feel that the police force there has been systematically racist and inefficient forever. And they've even said they've tried time and time again to what's the word for it? Not renovate, but basically fix the police force. They've tried to make it so that there be changes, so that stupid shit doesn't happen where people get hurt during law enforcement. And every time they try, the union that the police force has formed basically stops them. All right. Fair enough? That's what they're saying. They're saying every time that's what it is, reform. Every time they try to reform the police in Minneapolis to try to get them to stop beating up people, including, obviously, African Americans, which is the big topic of discussion right now, the union ends up shutting them down and completely nerfing their powers. Well, I guess they've had enough, and they're saying, well, fuck it then. We're just closing down the police force. We'll figure out something else. So this is what's going on. Of course, now, nationwide, discussions are happening about what's going to happen in Minneapolis when they have no police force. Does this mean crime is going to explode in the area? Because basically you're going to be working on the honor system. Well, we know there's no police to enforce the law, so let's hope, at least for now, no one commits a crime. Because who's going to stop them? Right? I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. It doesn't sound like a good idea to me, but at the same time, it's up to them to figure out what's best for them, right? So I'm not going to sit here as an outsider and say, oh, that's not right, especially when I don't live in Minneapolis. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe it really is so bad with the police systematically that they've had enough, in which case I guess any action is better than no action. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But since that's happening, now there's parodies all over the internet. Oh, we're closing down the police. Well, we're closing down the firefighters. We're closing down every organized system because they're all down with the man, right? Down with power. Nothing works. Break it all down. So, of course, that's taking it to the extreme, which is obviously not the situation here. Taking it one situation and applying it to everything is not the case. I'm pretty sure there hasn't been any situation where firefighters show up to put out a fire and they beat the living shit out of black people there for no fucking reason. You see what I mean? So I don't think that's really the case. I think we're taking this to the extremes of parody, but I understand the joke, and I don't know. I'm curious to see what the fuck's gonna happen. what is going to happen in Minneapolis? Will this be a huge failure, right? Where it's going to end up, they're going to end up falling flat on their face and crime's going to explode? Or will this end up being a situation where it's a case study of other places can do the same thing? I don't know. We're going to find out because it seems like it's happening. Okay? So, I guess we'll find out. All right, thanks for the cheer. Bring back PW Dubs to me $1.30. Which is funny because PW Dubs is back. I guess this person's behind. They said, just play the game. We like to see you play alone. All right, what we were talking about with Papa Vera. Well, Papa Vera's in the game now. All right, we got it fixed. Papa Vera's in the game right now preparing for today, so. Okay. I just find it funny. This guy's name is Bring Back PW Dubs, and PW Dubs is back. I guess someone's a day late and $1 short, as they say. Andy Dick tipped me $1. He says, your new Sleeping Dogs playthrough should be seen as a prime example of who you are now and how you've changed. People still hold against you, your old videos where you make racist remarks against Asians. You haven't done any of that at all during the new Sleeping Dogs. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. That used to be the low common denominator of content that I would put out because I wasn't live streaming. I wasn't direct capturing, okay? What I was doing was basically trying to do these offline playthroughs where dead air was very prominent. I didn't have anyone to talk with, to have a conversation or anything. I didn't have any shout-outs to do. So I would constantly fill the air with these kind of jokes, these inappropriate jokes. Now, do I 100% feel that they're terrible jokes that were harmful? I mean, some people may have been offended. Most people were not. That's why I used to be popular on YouTube. Okay? But, given the modern climate of stuff, obviously, not doing these tasteless jokes is probably the better viable alternative. And let's face it, since I became an interactive streamer, I like my content better. You guys seem to like my content better. That's why I have so much positivity around my content these days, instead of how it used to be, where it was everyone's constantly saying Phil's going too far. Look at how many sexual and racist jokes he made in his playthrough and yada, 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 right? But you're right. If you compare the old gameplay to now, you will see the commentary has dramatically changed, on purpose. Okay? That's truthfully on purpose that I've changed myself. All right? For the better, in my opinion. I like the fact that I'm playing Sleeping Dogs now. We can have fun conversations, and it's not about me just constantly making stupid, insensitive racial jokes. All right? Now, there's some people who don't like change. There's some people who don't understand that things need to change over time, and they hate it. They're like, man, watching this current Sleeping Dogs playthrough is boring. Phil's not doing what he used to do. And it's like, you have to understand, again, you can't always do the same thing and times change. Back then, and here's the truth, in 2012, that's when public opinion started to turn against me on YouTube. That's when This Is How You Don't Play debuted and became popular on YouTube. And that's the time frame. It was 2012 to 2013 when people were saying that Phil is no longer entertaining because he just does the same thing over and over. His shtick is the same shit, the same sexual jokes, the same, cultural jokes, the same tired shit every playthrough. And it's boring, and Phil needs to mix himself up and change himself and become more mature, especially because he's doing this full-time as a job now, and it doesn't look like he ever changed to be more professional. And people hated on me back then for it. They literally said, Phil's going to become a dinosaur. He's outdated. We need something new from Phil because this is the old shit and it's not funny anymore. Okay? Now, I feel that I have become a better content creator. I've become a more mature person, and I'm playing games to enjoy them, not to make it a giant, laugh fest. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it used to be, man, I got to perform every moment of a playthrough. I got to be making a funny comment or a joke to kill this dead air. And now I don't feel that pressure anymore. I feel like I could be myself and I could just have fun and hang out with you guys. And that's really what it's about. Do you really think in 2012 I could have done a 4-hour Minecraft stream? Fuck no. Hell no. There was no way I would have been able to make that entertaining. But now I can, because I'm different. I've evolved, right? So I hope you guys know that and you understand that. There's always going to be people who don't like change. And there's going to be people who back then liked it more than me now. That's okay. That's fine. And I understand that, but I have to understand that for me to survive, I have to change with the times. And that's exactly what I feel I've done. I feel like I've become a better person and a better content creator over the years because I stopped doing that stupid, immature shit that got me the cheap clickbait views and shit back then. I don't do it anymore, okay? So that's why it's a very different situation and a very different playthrough. Andy Dick tipped me $1 again. He says, when it gets winter season, can you switch to a sweater vest? A Christmas vest for Christmas. You could also wear the Marty McFly vest for Halloween. Listen, first of all, I keep telling you guys this. I really don't expect this vest streak to continue. And if you haven't paid attention, recently it's been very close to not continuing. There's been a few streams just this past week where we were down to like the last 15 minutes and hadn't hit the vest goal. And then all of a sudden, someone would come in at the very last minute, you know, and contribute to hit the vest goal. I keep telling you guys it's going to end. One of these days, it's going to end. And it's okay when it does. I don't foresee this vest streak continuing to Halloween and Christmas. I don't. You know, if this were something that did get crazy and went that long, yeah, more than likely I would try to do special things for holidays and stuff. Absolutely, I would. But I don't foresee that happening. I just don't. I feel that it's going to end, you know, soon. That's just always been my feeling, is that this thing is just, it's fleeting. It's really cool that it's happening. It's helping me out tremendously. Right now is a really important time for me to be able to live up to all of my financial obligations and get back on the right foot after, you know, years of not doing that and being behind and basically ruining everything. I'm finally in a situation where things are getting better for me. Okay, and so this is coming, you know, this support has come at a really helpful time for me. So thank you again to all of you who contributed to make this vest streak continue. But I seriously feel it's ending. I don't think we're going to Christmas. I don't think we're going to Halloween. I really don't foresee it happening for more than another couple weeks, if that. Even if that, it could end any day. Like I said, there's been some days when we're just about to not hit it, and we narrowly do so. So, thank you again for keeping it going. But I'm not looking forward that far. No way am I looking forward that far. I don't think it's going to keep going, okay? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just... You know what it is over the years, so many things that have been positive have ended or been taken away from me as a result of many different negative things that happened in my life, that it's hard for me to believe that something positive could keep going. I'm being honest here, like I told you guys, my life is ups and downs, a wave of positivity followed by a big dip of negativity. That's how my life has been. So I feel, wow, the Vest Fest is great. This is amazing, but it ain't going to last. That's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I've been conditioned to feel in my life. Maybe I am overanalyzing and maybe it will continue. I don't know, but I don't get that feeling, you know. All right, anyway. So thank you for another $1 tip there, Andy Dick. Boogie Woogie tipped me $1. Boogie Woogie. And they say, what's the status on playing SpongeBob? Still in your schedule? As I already said on this pre-stream, yep, we're playing it. When it releases, it's definitely happening this month. Thank you for the $1 tip. Death Metal Jedi just did a 100-bit cheer. It says, man, I cannot believe there are still haters. If you hate something, hell, even dislike something, isn't it human nature to stop participating and or paying any attention to it? I'd love to believe that it's all children who would go to this length even now in 2020, but it's really not. It's full-grown men who actually have time in their day to continue to hate on you. It's such a depressing life that people live. Please, see someone, a doctor, a psychiatrist, anyone who isn't DSP. Everyone would benefit. That was not me. I just want to let you guys know. That was not me. Who said that? Even though it sounds like something I would say, that is not me. That was actually a genuine person who, you know, cheered the stream, and that's their feeling, and I agree. I can't imagine at this point why people are so obsessed over me, why they care, and why they would involve themselves so much in my life and my personal matters to constantly be trying to hurt me. At this point, I'm a nobody. I'm just a guy trying to make a living on the internet, having fun with games. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a threat to anyone. I don't have crazy influence like I used to when I was irresponsible and saying dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to chill with my viewers on a daily basis and have a good time, and that's it. That's all I care about. I'm not hurting anyone or anything. So why these people are so effing obsessed with me and will not give it up. I have no clue. These people are out of their fucking minds. It's the only explanation. Okay? The original drum did 100-bit cheers that Tony Hawk is pointless to stream if you mute the music. And there you go. There's our first official opinion on the Tony Hawk collection coming up. And I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of people who are going to agree with the original drum, because people say that the music of that game is so synonymous with the time frame when that game came out that if you don't have the music, you're basically cutting out a giant portion of the enjoyment of the game. Okay? So I guess we have some thinking to do in regards to the Tony Hawk collection, because at this point there's just no way that I could do the music in the game with not only YouTube but also Twitch threatening to take down channels and stuff because of it. I can't take the risk, guys. Okay? Ninstar Rune cheered. He says, did you see the Black Lives Matter acting head? I didn't even know that the Black Lives Matter had a formal acting head. I had no idea. I thought it was a nationwide movement to stick up for African Americans who have been systematically held down and bullied and treated unfairly by our country. I didn't know that it was a formal organization. I really didn't know this. But anyway, he says their active head went on Reddit for an AMA and completely floundered, giving non-answers and insensitive statements left and right. Not even Reddit liked it. No, I didn't know that. Again, I didn't know they had an active head. So, listen to this. DSP watches Cable News 247. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I don't watch news at all. I follow them on Twitter now. In fact, I just started following them in the last 2 weeks because I wanted to know what the hell was going on in my town. Are there curfews? What's going on with looting? Are there protests? Like, this is important shit to know. So I actually, for the first time in years, started paying attention to local news. But anyway, they tipped $1.01 and said, I have played every Tony Hawk game for 20 years. Thousands of hours. Do not skip it just because of the music. Believe me, it's nowhere near as big as a deal as you think. The gameplay is actually the main part of the games, and no music will not ruin your playthrough. So we've got a differing opinion, like back to back here, two differing opinions. One person outright says do not play the game without the music. It's not the same experience, and it's a waste of time. And another person says do play the game without the music. It's going to be fine. Pretty crazy how you can have completely differing opinions back to back like that, right? Okay, well, thank you for the tip, and thank you for the suggestion there. Lucifer Soul has now done a 260-bit cheer. So that now bumps him up. He already was the top cheerer. Now he has cemented himself as the top cheerer by out-cheering himself. Okay? And he says the following. You're like the perfect rock band. Oh my god, I don't know about this. You're like the perfect rock band. Edgy and controversial early years, then over time you mature and you make more relatable, meaningful content. I guess that makes sense. In reality, that kind of makes sense. When a lot of rock bands start off, they're all into being edgy and the rock life of partying and drugs and all this crazy shit. But then a lot of these rock bands, as they get older and older, they mature. They become almost, in America, they become like an American staple. Like, you think of like Aerosmith or the Rolling Stones, These are bands that when they were younger, they were, oh my god, I can't believe my child listens to that. And now it's like grandpa music. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what's happening to me. Maybe over the years, you're right. Over the past 11, 12 years, I've definitely grown older and matured, become a better person, and now my content's a lot different. And people still like it. That's the thing that I think is the most important, is that I could change and people will still like my content. It's not like, well, Phil abandoned his old style and everyone hates him. It's like, no, people actually like the new content. And that's a good thing. So, alrighty. Last Rambo cheered. He says, even though people are mindlessly sensitive about it, you enjoyed your stereotypical remarks. I found them funny and I still do, even if you do it to our race. And that's the thing, when I used to do it, I was an equal opportunity jokester. I would make fun of any race that was involved in any game. It wouldn't matter if, Asian, black, white. I was Italian. I would make fun of the Italians. Remember the Assassin's Creed 2 playthrough. Holy shit, did I destroy the Italians in that one, right? But that's what I mean. Like, I would do it to everyone. So it wasn't like, oh, Phil's really racist against this one group. It's like, you obviously didn't watch my content then, because you would see that I did it all the time to everyone, including my own race. as a way to poke fun. I wasn't trying to be malicious. I was just trying to be stereotypically funny. But that's the thing. Times change, man. And now people don't want to hear that shit. You know, they like the more genuine content of a live streamer who kind of interacts positively with people in a different way. So, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that content anymore either. I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't want to make those stupid easy jokes. I want to do stuff that's just more organic and fun with an audience. So, people saying, Timmy $2 says, Phil, the police are canceled. Will they also be without a faction? Without a faction? What are you talking about? I don't know. Whatever. Thanks for the $2 tip. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. Freddie FT Timmy $5 and says, I used to be a detractor, and I was actually following various detractor groups. But honestly, you're not the same person as back then. You have matured, and it's a good change. Keep it up. Excuse me. Well, thank you, Freddie FT. That's a nice positive comment, and that's the top tip of the day. It's good to... What I like to hear is that there are people that at one point didn't like me, but for whatever reason, whether they just started actually watching my genuine content and they liked it, they realized I wasn't the person that people slander me to be, or maybe they actually genuinely feel that I've changed over the years, as I feel that I have, to be a better content creator and a better person, and because of that, they like my stuff. I like that. You know, that's awesome that people gave me a chance, because I'll be honest, the vast majority of people out there don't. What they want to do is just believe that things are black and white, and things never change, and things are eternal. So just because Phil was the worst content creator on YouTube, which is complete horseshit, it's never the worst, but you could argue that my old style of commentary or whatever wasn't great on gameplay, and I was only popular because I was so risque or whatever, right? So you could argue that that's because he did that once, that's it. Never give him a chance ever again. We're going to continuously make fun of him forever and say that he sucks no matter what he does. We're only going to focus on the negative moments. We're only going to nitpick on the bad things. We're never going to give him a fair shake. But then there's, out of all those people, thousands of people of that mentality, there's a very small group of people who say, okay, instead of just mindlessly following along this mob mentality of hate against Darkside Phil, let's actually see what he's about. And they tune into a stream or two and they're like, what the hell? This is so different than how he's portrayed. You know what I mean? And then I get messages like this one from Freddie FT. And I would say probably, I hear a message like this probably about once a month. Someone who used to actually legitimately hate my guts. And then they finally started checking out my new content. And they realize that I'm not the guy I used to be, and they like it. And that's good. That's a good thing. That's movement in a positive direction. That's what I like to hear. Okay? Very nice. Ghost in the chat. Oh, so again, Freddie FT, thank you for the tip. Thank you for the nice positive message. You're the top tipper of the day. $5 tip. Thank you. Ghost in the chat gifted a subscription to Princess Ruby. Congratulations, Princess Ruby, and thank you, Ghost in the chat, for the support. Oh my God. Are you serious? All right. At this point, I'm so over this. I'm not wasting time anymore on it. Someone tipped me again talking about mobile game shit. I'm so done with it. I am just moving on. I'm not even going to read this fucker's message. I'm just done with this shit. Knows Nobody did a 100-bit cheer and says, stay awesome, Phil. You're my favorite streamer on Twitch. Thank you very much, Knows Nobody. I appreciate that. Continuing on, Eternal Napalm did a 100-bit cheer. Hold on one second, actually. Here we go. Excuse me. Eternal Napalm did a 100-bit cheer. He said, with the police being defunded and dismantled, what changes are you going to be making? Nothing. What can I do? What on earth can I do? Seriously. Nothing. Zero. I have nothing to do with any of it. And it's only supposedly going to happen in one city in the United States. And I suppose what's going to end up happening is we're going to see what happens. Everyone's going to have this wait-and-see attitude. Let's see what happens with Minneapolis. Will they actually come up with a viable alternative to a police force? Or will they all come crashing down on their heads and now they'll have insane crime and everything? Who knows? Right? I guess we're going to find out. Okay? But I'm not worried about it right now. Spawn Killer. To me, $1.30 says, why didn't you ever finish Okami? Well, a couple reasons. All right. The first reason is the game was incredibly slow moving. Even though I felt that it was kind of like a Zelda-esque game, it really did feel like Zelda. It felt like a modern Zelda. The game itself was very slow-paced and slow-moving. It wasn't gripping, okay? At least in the amounts that I played it, it just wasn't. In addition to that, my viewing audience hated it. People literally, every time I played this game, complained constantly, said it was boring as shit. They didn't want to see any more of it. And keep in mind, I believe this was when I had already become an interactive streamer. And I was like, maybe you guys would like this kind of game because I'm interactive. And people were like, nope, this game is boring to watch you play. There's nothing interesting about it. Maybe, you want to play it for yourself. That's one thing. But playing this game has not been entertaining for us. So please stop. So I did. That's what happened is people were begging me to play anything else. So I went and I played other stuff, I listen to my viewers now. I listen to your feedback. Your direct feedback was stop. This game is not fun to watch. Maybe it's fun to play. It ain't fun to watch. So I stopped. Now, people have asked me over the years, would I ever go back to it? It's always a possibility. If I do go back to it at this point, I'm definitely restarting it because I don't remember any of it. But I doubt it. It just seemed like that was a game that maybe at one point was very popular, but with modern audiences, they just don't dig it. I don't know what else to say. Okay? Snorlax cheered. He says, can we name the next Vest stream the Festival of Friendship? Did you see in your house? I did not see in your house. I do know this was an NXT pay-per-view last night. I didn't see it. The Festival of Friendship sounds like it's a parody of the Festival of Friendship, which was between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens many years ago. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago when Jericho was still with WWE. No, we're not calling it that. Either Festival 2 or Vestfest 2. There you go. And then you can figure out your own sequel taglines, like Vestfest 2, Vest Harder, or Festival 2, Judgment Day. I don't know. That Indie Glow cheered. He says, have you already been notified about the Sony event happening again on Thursday? Yes, we talked about it earlier, and my Thursday main stream is going to be exactly as the Thursday stream was going to be this last week. We're covering it exactly the same way, okay? Excuse me. Sicilian Gangster. Cheers, as a fellow full-blooded Italian, I'm proud to be Italian because of your content when we visit the old country. Number one, I'm not a full-blooded Italian. I'm only about 25% because my mom is 50% Italian, 50% Polish. Her father was an Italian immigrant and her mother was fully Polish. So I'm basically 25-25. Okay, so I'm 25% Italian, not full-blooded. When will I be visiting the old country? At this rate, probably never in my life, even though I admittedly, I would like to visit Italy. I think it would be a beautiful place to visit and vacation. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to because of my financial situation. Just being honest. Maybe in a few years' time, if things keep going well for me financially here and no disasters happen, maybe things will get better for me and I'll be in a situation where I can look to actually go on a vacation and a honeymoon with my wife, which would be very nice. It certainly ain't going to be European. Maybe long term, I could do something like that. But as of now, no way I could consider that. Okay. BattleDuck 9000 tipped me $20 and says, don't mind me just depositing into that Vest Fund. Well, thank you very much, BattleDuck 9000, for the biggest tip of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard there. Oops, $20 tip. And that jumps us up to $33 a tip so far today. Thank you guys very much for the support on the pre-stream. I appreciate it. Ninstar Rune cheered. He says, I don't blame you, on the subject or the topic of Okami. The game drags and drags. You can't walk more than 5 minutes without Isun butting in and ripping the controls away from you to spew some exposition, hand-holding multiple hours into the game, or a sex joke. For all the shit Navi gets, Isun is 100 times worse. I don't even remember. Like I said, I just remember it. I liked it when you were able to do open world exploration and you were trying to solve puzzles and stuff like that. But I just remember it taking a long time. It was a very slow-moving, slow-paced game. And a lot of people hated it and said, do anything but this. This is so boring. So I did. Hot Man Herbert tipped me $1 and says, do you enjoy bouncing on trampolines? I have never been on a trampoline in my life. Not once. So I couldn't answer that question because I don't know. Maybe I would like it, but I've never done it. Eternal Napalm cheered 100 bits. He said, recently you had a wonderful amount of success. Things have been positive for you. What are elements in your business that you still hope get better, that you want to improve? Looking forward to the Sony conference this week. Well, what I would like to do is, yes, I would definitely like to improve my setup for content creation. All right? The sofa I'm sitting on is incredibly sunk in. It's terrible. It doesn't give me back support. And because I'm sitting on this sofa-style thing, basically, I can't do a green screen behind me. I just can't. There's no way I'd be able to do that setup with this sofa. And I think what I would like to do eventually, if I could, is get rid of this thing, get some kind of a chair that's a much smaller, maybe just like a single chair instead of a double love seat, but just a single chair thing that I could sit in, and it's a much smaller profile, and then maybe I could actually fit a green screen behind me, right? Like everyone has yelled for years and years and years. Maybe I'd finally be able to do it. I can't do it with this thing. It's too big. But maybe I would be able to do it if I changed this thing, got rid of it. Now, people say gaming chair. Fuck no. Not a gaming chair. Gaming chairs are incredibly overpriced, incredibly overrated. They suck. I know because I have one and it sucks. I'm serious. That gaming chair that I got, what was it, 2 years ago? It sucks. The thing already, it was like a year and a half and it broke. And it doesn't even hold air. You sit in it and it sinks. It's a piece of shit. All those gaming chairs are incredibly overpriced, incredibly overrated, and they're a scam to get you to buy a chair because a streamer or a content creator uses it and they get some kind of a referral credit or whatever when you buy it. They suck. I would never, ever buy a gaming chair. Not once. Okay? It would either be a really nice office chair that's very comfortable and high-end, or, you know, maybe just a single chair, you know, like something you put in your living room that gives me back support. Because that's the thing, I have zero back support in this sofa. It sinks into the fucking thing. It's a piece of garbage. So I would look for something that's like a more supportive chair in that regard. And I would like to put that here and have like maybe eventually get, you know, a green screen background for myself. I would definitely, in the long term, like to upgrade my PC setup. You know, this PC I've been using every single day for almost 5 years straight. And I almost never turn it off. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to last forever. It's going to break. So that's another thing I would definitely like to do, is get a new PC, upgrade the PC, or get a new PC that hopefully, you know, would allow me to do things like play PC games. But, you know, that's these are things that right now I can't even begin to consider. As I've told you guys, what's happening right now is the United States government is shut down because of the pandemic, and nothing's opening until July in regards to the government jobs and stuff. So the IRS is closed till July. In July, number one, I have to pay my tax guy a ton of money, again, as a retainer, so that he will go and work with the U.S. government to reestablish a payment plan for my back taxes that I owe them. Because my payment plan that I had was suspended during the whole bankruptcy proceedings that I was doing for months and months. And then the IRS shut down for the pandemic, so there was no way for me to talk to them and work with them to work this out. So come July, I need to work with these guys to figure out what are we going to do in regards to the back taxes I owe. All right? It's going to be very expensive, again, to do this. But then once we get that established, okay, you owe this much a month, right, for your back taxes. Okay. I can start paying that again, and then I can work on paying my current taxes as well, and make a balance between that. And then, once I know, okay, this is how much money you have, this is how much you owe every month, yada, 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 then I can say, all right, now do I have any extra money that I can put towards things, right? And that's when I'll be able to do that. But I'm not, the earliest I'll be able to do that is mid to late July. All right, the earliest. Maybe it'll take longer. I don't know how long it's going to take to work with the IRS to figure this out. My hope is that maybe by the end of this year, I can look at how the year went and say, okay, I'm making this much, I owe this much, here's my budget, here's what's working, and now I can say, okay, now I can start putting money aside, right? Every month I can say, let's put this much money aside into a savings that I can start working on, and then eventually I can put that into the business again. But this is something that is not something that can happen overnight at all. Kashmir, go. You are an idiot. I'm serious now. I'm going to tell you right to your face. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. He says the IRS is not shut down. All right, then, allow me to ask you a question. Why are tax refunds on hold? Tax refunds have been on hold for multiple months, and most people are not getting a tax refund who filed early. All right? My wife filed early and hasn't got her tax refund yet because the IRS is closed. Why can't I work on a payment plan? I would love to start paying them right now. The IRS is closed. You fucking idiot. If you fucking contradict me again with no evidence, you will be permanently banned. I'm not going to have dumb shits being in here and basically contradicting me constantly because they're assholes. I'm just not. I'm not going to have it. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you shut the fuck up. Fair enough? Okay. Now, continuing on here. Yeah, so that's the deal. You know, what I'd like to do is get back on this payment plan, figure out what I can afford, and maybe by the end of this year, I can budget out and say, okay, now I can save this much, I could do this, and that's money that could be used for business improvements, money that could be used for a safety net, money that could be used for retirement. You know, that's what I should have been doing all these years, and I haven't been able to do. So that's my next goal here, all right, is to work on that, okay? So we'll see how things go. But, you know, as of now, I can't really do anything. I'm kind of in limbo. So. All right. What do you mean? Honest Fan says, I have no idea why Kashmir Go got picked on. Because he lied. He's outright talking shit to me in the stream chat saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a liar. Dude, I have a fucking tax attorney. Right? I have a person who I pay to do my tax work for me, who's literally said, I reached out to the IRS multiple times in the last 2 months, and there's no response because there's no one there. They're all on furlough until July. So what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going to put up with this shit. I'm not. It doesn't matter if one person got a tax refund, okay? You work at the VA. What the fuck's the VA? How do people get their Trump bucks? Because those are people who are still working. The people who are doing the standard work of filing taxes, they're not working right now. That's why everyone got a delay until July to file their taxes. And then in July, they're going to come back and start working on all the people who filed their taxes. Most people did not file their taxes this year. Anyone who did early, some people got refunds, and then when they went on furlough, it ended. That's what happened. I love how people here think that they know better than a tax attorney who works directly with the IRS on a daily fucking basis. I seriously love this. All right, you guys know better. Obviously, the random people sitting here on my stream, right, know better than the full-time tax attorney who this is his job to work with the IRS, who has pinged the IRS tons of times in the past couple of months for me, and it keeps getting told everyone's on furlough. You know, there's no one to work with on a payment plan and tax returns and shit like that, right? Oh my God. Fine. You people believe what you want to believe. You go ahead and you drink the Kool-Aid and you believe your stupidity. I live in the world of fucking reality with everybody else. Maybe that's why I got to deal with so much shit while you people who make shit up constantly just live in la la land. But I got to live in the world of reality where I would love right now to be able to contact the IRS and get in contact with them and figure all this out. And I can't because they're closed. The people who deal with this shit are not there right now. They're on furlough. Oh my God. People are just fucking stupid. Dumb fucks and kids who think they know better than full-time professionals. Right. All right. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Let's continue on. Spawn Killer tipped me $1.30 and says, thought about doing a DNA test. No. Motherfucker Jones resubscribed for 10 months. Thank you, Motherfucker Jones. Appreciate that. Spawn Killer tipped me $4.20. Says, don't you have the other piece of your sectional in your storage nook? I do have another piece of my sectional, but the problem with that is There's no arms on it, and it's not sturdy. It doesn't have like good back support. You know, it's just like a couch you would lean back on and lay down on. It's not one that like you would sit up on. You know what I mean? Like, I would definitely want to get a chair that's firm and is going to give me support to sit on all day, because that's the problem right now. I have zero support sitting on this thing. I sink into it. And anything that you get like that, especially like a couch thing, isn't going to give you a lot of support. It's just not. I'd have to look for a nice chair or something that I could put in here. Ninstar Rune says, cheers, says, go a level above, become a 3D anime waifu streamer. No. Sicilian Gangster did 100 bit cheers. I hope you can come to Sicily one day. It's truly beautiful. Your wife would love open fields and vineyards here. I've never, I don't come, my family doesn't come from Sicily. They come from Foggia, Italy, I believe. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would, I mean, Sicily sounds nice when you hear about all the touristy stuff. It's probably a place a lot of tourists go, right? Battleduck 9000 tipped another $10 and says, would you buy a pro gaming couch? See, I don't know. I think I would honestly get away from couches. Now that I've owned a couch in here, and within a year and a half, this thing sunk in and just basically went, I think that I learned my lesson. I would go for a supportive chair over a couch, you know? I think couches do not work for this. They wear out too quickly. What? Dude7 did a 300-bit cheers. You mentioned you used to play football before you hurt your back. What position did you play? I never said that at all. I said I used to be athletic. I used to play, like, football with my friends. You know, like tag or flag football in a park. I never played a sport professionally. I never played a sport on a sports team. I don't know where on earth you heard that. That is completely false. And if anyone is spreading that as a fact, they are lying. I never said that whatsoever. That reminds me how, again, I said I used to lift weights, and that somehow became, Phil used to be a bodybuilder, he says. I never said that. Anyway, you're the top cheerer of the day. Let's get you on the leaderboard here. Okay. Junior Mint cheers. Have you tried claiming your business as a religion? It's like... Yes, I'm sure. No, I'm not going to do that. Geek Room tipped me $1.30, and he says, you should download Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. It's free on the Xbox One the whole month of June. You should definitely take advantage of the free game. Anyone interested in ever seeing me play a Shantae game? I never played any of them. I do know it's a at this point it's kind of a long-running series that has a big fan following. I don't know if anyone would be interested in seeing me play that. If so, let me know. Maybe I'll download it and then I can play it whenever I want to. Last Rainbow did a 50-bit cheers. If your father's full Italian, your mother's half Italian, you're 75% Italian. I mean, yeah, that would roughly be the ratio, right? But no, my father is not full-blooded Italian. My mother is not 50%. Well, my mother is 50% Italian, actually. Yes, that's correct. Okay, then. All right, guys. Let's do some shout-outs. Thank you to the top cheers of the week so far. Keep in mind, the week is new. Today is Monday. So this just reset. And in fact, you know what I should do? I should refresh, because I don't think that the gift subs refreshed properly here. So let me refresh here. Now it won't load, of course. Usually the cheering will refresh, but for some reason the gifted subs don't refresh properly unless I like completely reload everything over and over and over. So, okay. So here we go. Shout out to the top cheers of the week so far, which includes just the people from this morning. We got Snorlax in 10th place. We've got a quadruple tie between Death Metal Jedi, Original Drum, Knows Nobody, and Last Rambo for 6th. We've got a tie for 4th between Ninstar Rune and Sicilian Gangster. Eternal Napalm's in 3rd. Sidud is in 2nd. And Lucifer Soul is in 1st. So thank you guys for the cheer this morning. And thank you to Ghost in the chat, who gifted a single sub this morning to get the sub gifting started. Very nice. Snorlax Shooty says, Phil, I think the other guy was referencing when you mentioned your dad was a bodybuilder in his 20s and you used his old weights in college. That's correct. That has nothing to do with me being a bodybuilder. I lifted weights. That's different. I never lived the lifestyle of a bodybuilder, ate lean and lots of protein, and you know what I mean? I never was like that. I worked out a lot. For about, I'd say about a year to a year and a half, I worked out quite a lot. But then I cut it all out. So, okay. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, for the pre-stream. Let's end it. Take a brief break. I'm going to go use the restroom. And then when we come back, we're going to resume with Minecraft. Like I said, today's the big inventory management project. Trying to resort my inventory and make it sorted, make it usable, because it's not right now. It's just a fucking mess. And then if we finish that, great. We'll move on and do other stuff. But if not, we'll see what happens here. Okay, guys? Good stuff? All right. All right, guys. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Thanks for a good pre-stream, and I'll see you in a bit.